Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the show. What up,
Okay.
Blunt? What's going on?
What's good now? It's like I didn't see the live on the pages. I was like, what the hell's going on?
We are now,
Yeah,
right?
we live. Yeah. I see it's on YouTube. I check Facebook.
That was weird. I was like,
Yeah.
did they have a? Is there like an update now that it won't let us on until the time that we have it set? I'm wondering if that has something to
Mm,
do with it.
maybe. Right?
Yep, because it kept coming down the countdown. I was like, why is there a countdown? Since when? We usually come right on when we put it on. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show. Today is a very special show. As you can see, Blunt and I have our best bow ties and
Shades
suit.
on. Mhm.
There's a reason for that. Please make sure you share this if you're watching this in a public group. I mean, not a group, but a page. Please share. We'd love you to go to the YouTube, go to YouTube channel. You can share from there. Share this as much as you can, even though this is more likely for the Jackie Gleason crew
Mhm.
today, but it could put a little idea for other depots
Mhm.
with their chairman. They could do something like this, and we're here to help. We're here to lend a hand if we
Yeah,
need
to
to.
start some shit.
Yes. So, folks, today we're going to have 100 days with Rob Martinez. As you'll know, Rob Martinez was elected as depot chairman for Jackie Gleason Depot. Today's actually day 99, but since we don't come on tomorrow, we're celebrating one day extra, one day ahead of schedule of his 100 days. And we got a lot to talk about, so we're going to bring him in if he's ready.
Yeah, I don't see his picture. Rob, what you
He's
doing?
there. He's down. He's at the bottom.
Yeah, I
He's
see. Yeah,
there.
but his camera's off.
His
Oh,
camera's
great.
off. It's
Oh,
on.
I know. You see him? I
Yeah, I
don't
see
see him.
him.
Okay.
I see him. I see him.
I don't see him.
Now, hold up a second. Now there's something else missing here on my screen. All right. So without further ado, Depot Chairman to Jackie Gleason, Rob Martinez.
Right.
Welcome aboard. Welcome. Welcome, Rob.
What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing?
Rob is not. It's not very. Rob has really become more than a guest. He's basically a pest right now. More than a guest. He's been on this show so many times.
He's
And for those,
basically the
Well,
third misfit.
yeah, for those of you
that's
that saw his promo, he's if it doesn't work out for him, he's talking about trying to sign up to be a third misfit. You
three transit misfits. I can
know,
see it happening.
that's something we could talk about. That's something we could talk about.
Sure,
Like I said,
sure.
how do you look in a wig?
I know. I
And a
don't
little,
know about that part.
and a little
Rob
makeup.
Stranamis.
Yeah,
No,
that might be a sight to behold. No
no,
if ands or buts about it.
it could be a weekly word of the week with Rob Martinez.
Mm.
You whip out your thesaurus and you enlighten
Yeah.
us, our vocabulary with a word every week.
No, I don't. That sounds like a plan. No if ands or buts about it.
We'll jot it down. We'll put that up there. The ideas, the idea
Right.
board.
hmm
So how
Well,
you
as you
doing,
can
man?
see, I feel good. Look, I brought out my little tuxedo too. It's a special occasion.
Special
Yeah.
occasion. So today, right? Today is 99 days, correct?
That's correct. Correct.
Okay.
99 days.
So we're going with 100. Going with 100. So
Sure.
I mean, what can we start with? How does it feel?
It feels good. It feels good. I'm honored and privileged to represent the members of Jackie Gleason Depot. I don't take that lightly. I take it very seriously. They entrusted me into doing a job for them, and every day I wake up with a plan to try to make the depot a day better. Um, Try to educate and inform as many members as possible. Try to make their day as easy as possible because I alluded to yesterday. The job is not an easy job. It has become challenging, more complex, very difficult. There's a lot of things that this day and age with the technology um, that makes the job a little more difficult. In some aspects, it's a little easier, but I would say it's a thankless job. We are
Is it a thankless
taking for
job?
absolutely, because we are there to provide. I'm talking about being a bus operator.
Mm.
Um, it's a thankless job. We're there to provide a service for the riding public, and when things don't go the way that they expect, they take it out on the operators, on the members, and they don't understand the difficulties of the job, the challenges of the job. So my job as depot chairman is to try to make the job a little bit less stressful. That I could say that.
A
Mm.
little less stressful.
Yeah, sure.
So
Um,
today, guys, if you guys watching, everybody who's watching, we have promoted this show for a while, and hopefully you have your questions ready for Rob. So when we get to that point, you can hit him up with your questions about his first 100 days in the depot
yeah. So hold on your questions or your negative comments, if
or
there are
positive
any.
if there are.
If
Yeah.
there are
I'm
any.
not, if there is, that's to be expected. I'm cognizant that I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but at the end of the day, I'm certain that if they get into a bind, they have no problem with me representing them.
Mm.
And I'm trying my best to win those people over who didn't support me. As you can see, the opposition got plenty of votes as well. And my job for the next 2 years and 9 months is to continue working hard to um, get their get everybody's trust. And I think I'm doing in my opinion, I think I'm doing a okay job. There's definitely room for improvement every day, and I'm trying every day to improve and make things better. Um, I could. I've been in the depot for 21 years. I know what it's like when the depot is in good spirits and high spirits, high morale, and I could see that the depot is going in that direction. Like I said yesterday, it's not me alone responsible for that. Everyone that is in the depot has contributed to making the morale better, enhancing the morale. It's just not me alone. I have plenty of support um, from plenty of individuals. I'll name a few. Obviously, Nicholas has been very helpful.
Hold on,
He's and
before you get to, let me ask you something about that,
Sure.
because you went against that group, which was Nicholas, um, Jelani, and Ebony. E- Ebony,
Yeah,
Mhm.
Ebony.
Ebony. For some reason, the name didn't click. Ebony. So going back to when you were elected, because okay, she was not elected, but the two people that were with her won along with you. How did that feel that first week or so when they were working with you? Was there a little bit of friction?
Yeah. What was the transition like for you that
Yeah,
first?
because they were running against you, and now two of
Well,
them are working with you. How did that feel? What? How did that go about?
at the end of the evening, we I made it abundantly clear that the campaign and the election's over. All three of us were elected, myself, Nicholas, and Jelani, to do a job for the members. And whatever, we didn't have any differences, maybe ideology differences, different ideas, but we didn't have any personal issues. I made it clear that, I'm the chairman, and I have to lead by example, and I have no problem working with them. You know, so up until now, Nicholas has been very helpful. He shows me some things that I didn't know. Um, I make it abundantly clear that even though I'm the chairman, um, he has input in what transpires. I there's times that when we are working together, before I make a decision, I always ask him, "What do you think? What would you do?" And we come to we put ideas together and we move forward. So, that hasn't been a problem. That aspect of the transition has been smooth. As far as Emily's concerned, the night of the election, I asked her that I was looking forward for her to continuing to help, to continue to participate. That I wasn't going to just discard her like she never existed. But she didn't even talk to me, to be honest with you. She
Mm,
comes in the depot, she doesn't speak to me. In these 3 months, she hasn't volunteered anything, quite frankly.
mm,
Um, so that there hasn't been no transition from her to I. I get it. Maybe she's disappointed. The offer's still on the table if she wants to help and she wants to contribute because she is a member like the 751 other members we have in the depot. And I that offer's still on the table if she wants to help and contribute. But up until now, like I said, she doesn't even speak to me. She'll walk by me, and if I don't say hello, she won't even say hello. But it
mm.
is what it is.
Yeah. So
At the end of the day, I'm there.
751, that's just bus operators, or that's everybody included in the depot?
It's 752 total. The last time I checked, we're at
But what is that?
700.
Operators
Seven
or
hundred bus operators.
okay.
Bus operators.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
Hmm.
752, you said?
Yes.
No, 752 in the depot.
How many maintenance people we have at the depot? Yeah, y'all have.
Truthfully, I would. The number when I meet with the AGM, the number is posted on the wall. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know for certain. I think it's 189 downstairs. But tomorrow, what I'll do is when I go meet with the AGM, I'll definitely get the number. If I have to post it, I will. But I think it's 189. And like I always mention, they have two sound stewards downstairs, and Kelvin Palaco and Hector Olivares. Those are my partners. The depot does not run without our team upstairs, nor without them downstairs. I don't know what
Literally
type of
without them
relationship.
downstairs.
Mhm.
No, exactly, exactly. We are a partnership.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter if there's 752 of us. We're all one and the same. And I established that from day one that Kelvin is my partner, and so is Hector. And the depot runs with us. Without us, those buses are not going anywhere.
What's
So
up, Parla?
man,
Welcome.
management is aware of that, but thankfully, the AGM Ishmael Mojid has been very accommodating up until now. He's hands on, and at the end of the day, he wants the depot to run well. He doesn't want any friction with us, and we've been working well together with the AGM.
So it's two separate departments, right? Maintenance and bus drivers. So your position doesn't have anything to do with them. They have their own um chair or depot
Yeah,
chair.
yeah, yeah. Their steward is Kelvin Polanco, and Hector Olivares is the assistant steward. So they are their own entity downstairs. But
Okay.
once again,
So they don't have
we
a
we we're
chairman
t-
for maintenance?
that they have a division chair, which is Danny Ascona. They
What
have their
up,
vice
Roberto
chairs.
Chico? Go ahead.
They have their vice chairs. I don't know their names off the top of my head, but
Okay.
in the depots, it's the stewards, which is Kelvin Polanco, and the assistant steward is Hector Olivares. My
Okay.
partners.
So we was talking about the transition from Ebony's team to your team now, which leads me to my question, which is, with all the years before you got elected, you have elegantly spit vitriol towards JP, and now
Mm.
you have to co-work with him. How is that relationship? How was that in the beginning to how it is now?
One second,
Well,
Parla. Hold on to your questions. We're gonna get to questions soon. Right now, we're not putting questions up.
um, I know JP for 21 years. We've had our ups and downs.
Really?
Obviously, the
More
last
downs than
election.
ups, in my
Well,
opinion.
that's that's it's fair to say. It's fair to say that in 2021, as you know, I ran against him. He prevailed, but I always say my consolation prize is my peers, the bus operators, overwhelmingly supported me. But guess what? At the end of the day, he became vice president and inherited my team, so to speak. But today and now, the times that I've reached out to him, he has yet to not answer my call. But people got to understand that Gary Rosario, the division chairman, runs the affairs of the division. The bylaws clearly state that. So, as far as running the department, our department, I answer to Gary Rosario. JP is the vice president. Sure, if there's something that has to go to that level, I have no qualms of reaching out to JP. But up until now, I maybe reached out to him a few times, and the few times that I've reached out to him, he's been there. And at the end of the day, whatever differences we had, it's moot point because he and I are elected to work for the members. So it is imprudent for me to have bad relationship with him because I'm not going to put the members in jeopardy. I might have to reach out to him if it gets to that level. But so far, thankfully, it hasn't. And like I said, Gary Rosario, the division chairman, he runs the affairs of the division.
Okay, but let's get back to you because this is about you today. It's
Sure.
the 100 days. You mentioned in the depot many times. Just you tell people um how everything looks different, how people are getting together. You keep saying you how you think that you're actually giving the depot back to the members. Um, what kind of new things have you done yourself since you got elected? That what kind of changes have
Well,
you done so far? At least three of the
well,
top three changes that you believe you've done since you got in office.
well. The first change is eliminating that barn door, that half door that the previous chairperson had, because that's to me, my opinion. I
Well, hold
thought
on.
that was
Not
very
the previews. That door's been there since I started.
well. I understand during the COVID era, they had to keep the social distancing, and that's why they did that. But even long after the COVID phase went away, the Ebony kept the door at a half, the barn door. It was half, and if it wasn't halfway open, it was completely closed.
So those of you
Since
who
I
don't
become
know, let me just let people know. Those of you that don't know, the union door, it would have been great if we had a picture. But the door to the union office is double, so it's like it's split in half. And when you open one, there's like a little shelf kind of thing on the bottom one, and
Like the
then the
it's a
other
old
door
barn
just
door.
Western,
opens.
yeah, like the old
That's
Western
what that's what
doors.
Well, I said we should put
that's what it's
saloon
called.
doors in there, just closed in.
No, no, because saloon doors open
I
like
know. I'm
that.
saying that we
The
should put
barn
saloon
door.
doors. But
Well,
yeah,
no, there's
so
no need for that. There's no need for
oh,
that. The door
okay.
is
So I'm
open.
just saying for those people that might not know what that is, explain what the doors
No.
look like.
Like
And there was this little
top door,
All
top
right.
latch
part of it
in the back.
opens. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in my opinion, I felt that was disrespectful towards the members because if you go into the union to speak and you have to speak, hey, how you doing? And it was uncomfortable. It was flippant. It was insolent. It was disrespectful on many levels. So that was the first thing. I do
Now,
not utilize that door.
now, don't you
The
think that
door is always
maybe it was also because not everybody likes you, just like not everybody liked our last depot chairman. So it's like
Wh- wh-
maybe leaving the door
wh-
open if you're not there could have someone come in and do some stupid shit in the office, and there's no camera to see. Could that have
well,
been a reason?
that I don't. I think, and I'm giving the members the benefit of the doubt that I don't think anyone would do anything like that to vandalize the depot or
We've
take
had
anything
it.
or stuff like that.
We've had people vandalize the bathrooms, break hooks off the doors, bust the freaking doors in the stalls. They've thrown paper towels, for the poor guy that was there cleaning up. So
Well,
vandalism was there.
well,
If you walk down
well.
Angel's Way, how many times there's holes on those walls? They keep fixing it, and somebody keeps putting holes in the walls. So maybe it was a safety thing. You don't want somebody going in there and start taking papers or what have you.
Well, I don't.
A trust issue.
Since I well, once again, that office doesn't belong to me. That's the members' office, and the members have a right to access that office whenever they need be. Sometimes we have forks, spoons, cups, things of that nature.
Mm,
I put I put some treats on a in a jar for the members.
yeah.
My point of contention is, since I've been chairman, we eliminated that
Okay. What
insulting
else?
barn door. Um, well, the previous chairman, once the election was over, was very distasteful. Besides making stupid videos about me,
Oh no.
he
Let's
eliminated.
let's stick with you. 'Cause I don't want to start bringing
I'm
people in. They're not here
well.
to
I
correct themselves.
well
We're not
well
throwing.
well
You know. I just want to know
well.
what you've done.
I'm stating facts. I'm gonna
Okay.
tell you right now.
Okay.
I'm stating the fact. So the previous chairman, after the election, instead of passing his WhatsApp group to Nicholas, right, and letting us work with that, it was one of those. I'm gonna take my ball and go home with it. But you know what? Thankfully, we don't need that. We established a new WhatsApp group. Right now, I believe we have 615 members in the group, and every day I try to put out as much information, educational videos that my good friend Michael Enrique had made before he left transit. I try to put out everything that comes in. I get it out there. So the WhatsApp group is up to, I believe, 615 members. I would have to double check, but I
Mhm.
feel that's an accomplishment, not just to have the group, but to inform and educate the members. I put out everything I possibly can to get the members informed and educated.
Yeah,
Another
correct.
thing.
You're correct. It's 616.
Oh, 616. All right.
Mm-hmm.
That was that. Uh the virtual shop gates that we put out, that we've been putting out on a month to month basis. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback with that. As you know, I'm hoping to keep enhancing them and getting them better. Thankfully, your boy Blunt, my hermano Eric Garcia, helps me with that. And as I always tell you privately, I'll tell you here publicly, I'm always grateful because I know you do it from the heart. But those virtual shop gates, I try to get out as much information to the members, and I couldn't do it without you, And I thank you for that. But that's another thing that we've accomplished.
Speaking of the
When we
virtual
go in,
shop gates, I don't want to cut you off, Rob. But speaking of virtual shop gates, the new one is out now. If you haven't seen it, and this one is actually has a little extra to it because we have the bus mentor,
yeah, yeah,
And route
he's the
route steward.
he's a
There
route
you
steward. He's a
go.
he's a route steward. Matthew
Uh,
De Jesus,
there you go, Matthew.
another yeah,
Mm-hmm.
a fine young man who's very involved and is the future of this. We have a lot of up and coming future members, and you will be seeing them on these virtual shop gates. I intend to incorporate more people. And just one thing I forgot to mention, and then we'll get back that even the night of the election, even though the individuals that ran with me, which was LJ and Ron Jones, they haven't stopped helping. They haven't stopped participating. LJ is the steward for the shifters downstairs, And despite him not having an official elected title, he still puts out a lot of work downstairs with the shifters. He's my eyes and ears down there. Ronald Jones is another gentleman that, even though he fell short, he is coordinating with the probationary operators, and we have our own little WhatsApp group with them. And he guides them, gives them guidance, give them tips. Remember, there's a couple of times that I cannot get to one individually, and I'll say, "Yo, Ron, do me a favor, reach out to such and such and help them out." So that was one thing that I forgot to mention earlier. But getting back to the accomplishments. Another thing that is when we do the hearings. Um, oh, when I inherited the position,
Oh,
the
is
the
it?
docket the
Mm-hmm.
docket was 3 pages. 3 pages of different disciplinary actions, and that's not including the sick control list. I'm talking about straight up discipline. In these last few months, is down to 1 page. I'm
Oh,
hoping,
nice.
yes, I'm hoping that it's a reflection of us getting the information out to the members and trying to eliminate the recidivist members or the frequent flyers, like we say, going into the office. And those of you who have gone into hearings with me, it's not just a matter of sign here, sign here, sign here. I read the entire Dan to them. I explain to them what the notification is, what the appeal is. Either they can accept it or they can appeal it, and I
It,
go through the charges. That way,
isn't that something
they
that was
hope
done before though? Don't all chairmen do that?
I can. I'm only speaking for myself. I'm only speaking for myself.
I'm asking because
You have
every chairman, you have a job and you have something that you have to follow along. So I'm just wondering if this is something that is not new. I'm not trying to cut you
no,
down, nothing, but it just seems like this is
no,
something
no,
that
no, no,
every chairman would
no.
do when somebody's got to go in there with them.
Well, I know
Mhm.
you would have to ask members who went in there with the previous administration. I
Mhm.
know that even though it's hearsay, I heard they don't do it like that. But you know what? I'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, I'm just
So let's
asking
say
because I
they
just
let's
figured
say
that's how it is.
all right. So let's give them the benefit of the doubt. I don't know if you would say that's protocol or policy and procedure of doing the hearings, but that's how I'm doing it. And once
Okay.
again, it's gone down from 3 pages to 1 page. Every morning when I come in, I run the list, I run the report, and if I see additional names, then I print up a new sheet. But thankfully, the discipline has been going down. So I think I'm hoping that's because of the information and education that myself and the rest of the team are putting out there.
All right, now hold on, Rob, because I like to say we got bills to pay. We got a little couple of things we want to share out here. So you just hold on a second. We be back in what 47
So hold on.
seconds.
Before you go over there, let me set him up with a question,
Okay,
and then you answer the question when we come right back. All right,
that
Rob?
sounds good.
So since your election, right? Have there been policies? Well, not necessarily like written policies, but like unwritten policies and procedures that previous administrations. I'm not singling anyone out. Previous administrations may have been conducting that you felt was either um, inadequate or just not worth doing, and you made any changes to. So don't answer that now. Answer that when we come
Did you
back.
got the question, Rob? You
Yeah, I
understood
got
the
it. I got it.
question?
Well,
Yes,
my
yes
No,
or
IQ
no?
no,
No,
not
no.
yet.
Did you
is
understand
up.
the question?
Don't
Sure,
answer
sure. I got
yet.
the question.
Okay, so we'll be right back, and then you'll respond.
Calling all bus operators. Dive into the world of the city bus driver with this new podcast. Are you ready to get the inside scoop on life as a bus operator? Tune in to Bus Driver Chronicles, the podcast where New York bus operator Brooklyn Pete sits down to interview bus operators. In each episode, he'll share the unique career experiences of bus drivers from all walks of life. From the daily grind to heartwarming passenger stories, you'll hear it all. Ready to enjoy the conversation? Listen to Bus Driver Chronicles on your favorite podcast platform. And if you're a bus operator eager to share your story, reach out to Brooklyn Pete at busdriverspodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget to follow the podcast as to not miss new episodes. Hit that subscribe button and become a part of the transit community.
It kept breaking up on my end. Was it breaking up?
Yeah, on my end, it's always breaking up.
It was breaking up for some reason. So go ahead, Rob. Once again, but before you do that, I want to post this and you let people know about this because it's for tomorrow. Before we forget, I'm thinking it's important. The union meeting, Rob.
Oh yeah, well tomorrow
Mhm.
tomorrow is the TA Surface division meetings at 11 a.m. and at 6 p.m. Tomorrow we'll be having nominations for the first vice chair position that became available when my hermano Papo Kemp, Alexander Kemp, got elevated to the administrative vice president. So
Mhm.
that his position, two of his titles became vacant. But tomorrow is nominations for the first vice chair, and the e board position is through signatures. So we'll see how
And
that
what are
works
the
out.
hours
So
again?
tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And that's where you have all the division officers. Occasionally, the vice president comes down, and since the division officers don't have time to frequent the depot as much as they would like,
Hold on.
that
I
is the
muted him.
best place to get your questions answered.
If they answer the questions, they still might be doing the same policy of, "Oh, we'll get back to you." You know, anybody want ice cream? You can ask Pete right now because he has the ice cream truck going by. So I had to mute him for a second.
Yeah. Well. I could say that
You could just answer that
the
question. I'm gonna
January.
mute myself while you answer the question
Yeah,
because
the
they're
ice
right
cream truck.
there. They're right in my window. So you go ahead and answer that question from before. Let me
All
mute.
right, but before I answer the question, um, the January, February, March meeting, I know that the officers that are at the dais have answered practically all the questions posed to them. Remember it's a different regime. Gary Rosario is very adept at
Mm-hmm.
handling the questions and answering the questions.
Mm-hmm.
So
So,
the question that you asked me, Blunt,
mhm,
about prior policies and procedures that the
right.
prior administration or administrations have had, to truthfully, I don't know of any that jump out at me. That's a good question, but I don't know of any. Everything is pretty much cut and dry as far as the change of RDOs, the change of assignments, all the special accommodations, the hardships, the vacation swaps, the vacation cash outs. Pretty much everything is cut and dry as far as filling out forms and getting them for approval. Some things like hardship situations have to get a special G2, and they're passed up to the GS Garcia and the AGM
No
Ishmael
relation.
Mojid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no relation, correct, no
Mm-hmm.
correlation. And up until now, every reasonable hardship has been granted. I
Well,
don't, I don't, I can't recall of any.
one of the things that I used to see, and this is
By the way, folks,
not,
post your questions right now if you want your question
and this is
answered by
not, this is
Martinez.
not a policy issue, but more of an inside issue that I think a lot of people are seeing and just never said anything, and that is favoritism that used to go on inside the depot, where certain people will always get everything they ask for, while other people get the shaft. Like
Mm.
it's like it doesn't have anything to do with seniority, but if you like someone or someone's cool with you, you made sure that you looked out for that person. How is that being treated now that you're in office?
Every member gets treated equally. Everything is subject to seniority and peace count. There's no favoritism coming out of the union office. That's for certain. I've been getting some complaints about certain dispatchers taking care of certain individuals. We're looking into that. Um, if it happens to be substantiated, we'll address it. But as far as coming out of the union office, everybody gets treated equally and fairly. There has been any favoritism on my behalf, nor has I've seen Nicholas do that as well. Actually, Nicholas is very stern with the paperwork and very strict with the paperwork. He's pretty much cut and dry. You know, I'm the jovial one, and Nicholas is he's serious. You know, and that's one of I think that's one of his better qualities. You know, don't get me
Mm.
wrong.
To be serious.
He likes to laugh and yeah, he's very
Well, he's
I think
about
that's a good
business, so
quality.
he's on business.
Absolutely. I think that's a good
What
quality
about Jelani?
he has.
You haven't mentioned him.
I haven't really worked with him. It's mostly been Nicholas. So to sit here and to say, I
Well, he's
really
part of your
don't
team,
have
isn't
much
he?
to say. The whole depot's part of the team.
No, I'm
You
talking
know, he's
about
part of the.
in the
He,
union office, bro. Come on.
absolutely, definitely, he's the duly elected recording secretary.
Right.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I cannot sit there. I think I maybe worked with him once or twice with him covering for Nicholas, and the times that he's done the vacation pick and a couple of other things. But I have mostly worked with Nicholas. Nicholas is about to go on vacation, so I'll see that firsthand. But like I said, he'll have his opportunity. Um, you know, I don't know. The thing is, with me myself, I've been working since I've been 7 years old. And people say impossible? No, possible. Because I used to go across the street, pack bags, and since 7 years old, I've been doing some form of work. Point being that I have a very my work ethic, you know, and unfortunately, I would wish people would match my level of work ethic. Um, so far, that hasn't been the case, but he has an opportunity. Listen, we just started. We're 3 months in. He'll have an opportunity to show his worth to the people. The people elected him, and at the end of the day, he doesn't work for me. He works for the people. So he has to put that work output. You know, he does the MetroCard bus on most occasions, so he's away from the depot. So it wouldn't be fair to sit here and to judge anything. He's a
Okay.
duly
Okay.
elected
That's fair.
recording secretary, and when we work together, I know he's a good. Uh, both of these individuals they're good young men of character, and like I said, we have work to do. We just started. There's
Yeah,
plenty
that's
of
fair.
things that I want to accomplish, and my point is to make this place better every day. And when I leave, pass it to the next set of leaders. And we have plenty of up and coming leaders that are coming in volunteering on their own, and that too is refreshing. When people come in, Rob, what can I do? And not looking for anything in exchange. And as the time goes on, you're going to be seeing this. But I'll give you an example. Reggie Burrell. Reggie Burrell used to be very active. For some reason, the prior administration, mostly Aaron, put him on the shelf. Reggie will validate that if you need to ask him. And he was put on the shelf. But I know Reggie's work ethic, and Reggie has come every day to volunteer. Even comes on his day off. That and doesn't ask anything in return.
Okay.
So
Good.
has
Good. Good.
Justin Scarrett,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
and
Let's not deviate from what we're here for. Again, it's
okay,
all
all
about
right,
you, what you're
but I
bringing.
wanted to
I know you want to give
I wanted to acknowledge
flowers to
them.
other people, but today it's about what you've done, what you're planning to do. We got questions. We were asking people to post a question. I got one question for you. Posted. This comes from Paula Mejia. Says Rob, why is management taking our deviation report for more than an hour and still haven't gotten paid from January 5th until now? No follow up.
Well, that's a good question. Like I told her, go to the general. The general is in control of the payroll. Um, I have no idea as to why they are auditing her or anybody else deviation slip. At the end of the day, I have no problem going asking the GS, and if we don't get any resolved, then we'll file a grievance. So anyone
I
out
think that's
there
what she
that's
mean by
having
no. I think that's what she mean by no follow up. Like she probably hasn't heard from you since she probably reported it to you. So
Did she report that to you?
well, she may mention of it certainly, but everything here has to be done in a form of writing. Write a G2, and then
Right, but I
we'll
see that
get
it
it from
says
there.
there January.
you know,
That's since
that's a
January.
long time from now. Well, from probably
Yeah,
when you was elected until now.
So
yeah,
she
3 days
hasn't gotten
after.
paid for a
Mhm.
deviation. How does that happen? I mean, I
What
know
could
I'd
be
be
like? What's
furious if it was me. If it's something that I'm owed over an hour since January and I'm gonna get paid, I'm gonna ask you. Like, I'm
Well,
gonna,
that
I'm
that
gonna
that
have.
happened to that happened to
Go
that
ahead.
happened to me one time, and I went to the general. They pulled the slip, and they paid me. Once again, if
Is this something you could help her
she
with
give
since
it,
she hasn't have no follow up? I mean, we have to come to you for the help. Maybe she doesn't want to talk to somebody in there.
put it, we'll put it in a G2. I
Mm.
will forward it to the GS. If we don't get a response in a timely fashion, then we'll file a grievance.
Timely fact. Okay, so Paula, listen. Tomorrow, when you're going to work, fill out the G2, make a copy, hand it to Rob, give him about a couple of days, and then follow back up with Rob. And if he don't help you, come let us know.
Hey,
Sure.
I mean, you're there to help us, right? I mean, this seems like it seems like a big deal. It's from January, man.
Well,
That's a
if
long
they
time
doing
to
it
be.
to her, then how many other
Yeah,
people
and
are they
why
doing
is
it
this
to?
something they're picking on her for
Right.
something? Like,
Mm.
I don't know.
I mean, we all know Paul's a troublemaker, but sheesh, pay her money. I'm sorry, I'm kidding.
Good trouble. Like John,
Baby,
I'm
no,
kidding,
show
Paula.
me the money. Show her the
good,
money, Rob. Show her the money.
Celso says,
good
"What's going
trouble.
on?"
Good.
Celso says, "What's going on?" If you guys don't know, this is the Q&A part where you guys could jump in with your questions and hit Rob with them. So Celso wants to know what's going on with the overtime, or
What's
did he
going
better?
on with it? Uh, uh, people are showing up to work. We have an abundance of operators, as demonstrated by our extra list and the overtime. Listen, I keep telling everybody, relax. Everybody gets that May 1st flu. For some reason, May 1st rolls along, everybody gets the flu.
Oh, I'm gonna be looking
Everybody
for
gets
some
that
early work on May 1st.
yeah.
I need to
But
move up.
remember,
What
be
up,
patient.
Norman?
The subways are functioning. If there's subways are functioning, what are we gonna do? Sabotage the train and generate work? If the subways are working, there's no shuttles. People are actually coming to work. So as far as I know, there hasn't been any issue with the overtime. But be patient. The May 1st flu is coming up. Also, they fix the subways when there isn't any inclement weather. This week and next week is holidays. There's Passover and Easter, so you're not going to have
No
shuttles.
shuttles.
But be
Right.
patient. Be patient. It'll be here. So
Now hold up.
there's nothing.
I wanted to bring up a new segment. I wanted to start. I wanted to talk about this last show, but my co-host just decided to be like, "Hold up, Pete. I wanted to talk about something," and then he just went.
I have to.
And
I have
when
to.
Blunt gets into something, just like Martinez, he just keeps going. So I just stood there,
I
twiddled my
know
thumbs,
Pete
or like,
ain't.
all right,
I
next week,
know Pete ain't talking.
next week,
Is
next week.
Pete talking right now about cutting
But
people off?
but I come
God,
back to you.
Okay, go ahead, man.
It's my ADD or whatever you call it.
Yeah, whatever.
Listen, I want to start this new segment, and for you guys, if you have someone special, a birthday coming up, someone who's on a team and the team is winning, the a kid is really smart, he'd be student of the month or things like that, a
Accomplishments.
coworker,
Mhm. Accomplishments that are great. Mhm.
accomplishment, and you want us to give them a shout out. We have this new segment, and here it is. It's called put it up.
Yep. There you go.
Keeps going, but keeps cutting off.
Hmm.
Anyway, I don't know if it was cutting up, but it's called in the spotlight, in the Misfit Spotlight. And today we're going to start it up in the Misfit Spotlight with my very own godson and bus operator out of I won't say the depot, but here Staten Island. Thank you. My cousin Jay Santiago, who turned 35 yesterday.
That's a
And
big cake. That's a cake.
that's a cake. That's a cake
Jesus.
with money surrounded,
And money. Damn.
rolled up money
Edible
around.
money or real money?
Yeah, it's real money.
Okay.
So he loved Halloween, just like our group. You love Halloween. So his mom gave him a Halloween birthday party, as you can see by the decorations. And I want to give him a shout out. Love him. Great kid. Know him since he was like 3.5, 4. So Jay, congratulations. I want to also, somebody posted something.
It was somebody's birthday.
Somebody's birthday. Somebody posted somebody's birthday. Where is it? Wait, it wasn't it. What's his name? Um,
Ronald Jones.
Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones.
AKA
Country.
yeah,
Country.
country,
Yeah.
country. So country. Also, we put him in the misfit spotlight today. And again,
Happy
folks, if you
birthday.
have anybody you want to put in the spotlight, just send us a picture and what you want us to say, and we'll do this weekly. If you guys like it, we'll continue doing this. Um, what else before we keep going? Before we keep going, Blunt, we have our what do you call it? Oh man, our what do you call it?
Oh,
GoFundMe.
yeah. Yeah, we still have it. We halfway there. We're a little bit over half. So I don't have to. Yeah, I don't have the link. I'm gonna post the link in there. We still have a little bit over half to go. We're almost there, so that we could raise money so that we can keep these programs and keep you guys informed on everything. So please reach in your pockets. You don't have to dig so deep, but anything you can spare, please donate to the cause. I have to go look for that now.
Yes, yes, yeah. We're trying to come back to our other program that we could do a lot more with. So you can help us with that, and obviously we need to talk about this as well. If you have any issues that you're dealing with, either at work, at home, and you need someone to talk to, uh, please reach out to our union assistance program. What happened? Somebody got locked out. Knocked out now. Our union assistance program for TWU Local 100 members at 212-736-3579. It is anonymous. We deal with this work every single day, and sometimes we take things home that we shouldn't, or we take things from home to work. And mental health has become a big deal, even though there's people that might say that, grow up or, you know, cut the shit or whatever. But it is a big deal. And we put it out there for you, bus operators. Oh, what did I take it off? Again, Union Assistance Program 212-736-3579. I am working on something for this, folks. I'm actually looking for someone who works in trains. If you work in trains, hit me up. I'm gonna need your help with something. All right, real short. So just hit me up at our email or hit us up if you on Facebook or whatever. Let me know you are for trains and you want to be part of this thing I'm doing for the Union Assistance Program. Okay. What else we got, Blonde? We got anything else to say before we continue?
Yeah, we still got questions for Rob and stuff like
Got
that.
any more
But
questions? All right, let's continue with the questions. What happened to you? Where you go?
I'm still here. You don't see me?
No, no, you hold on. Okay, all right.
So Rob, you've been going for this position for quite some time now. And now that you're in there, what would be your short term goals versus the long term goals that you have for the depot?
That's a great question. Well, the short term goals is to every day improve myself, every day to help Nicholas and Jelani get better at their skills as well. Um, just keep building the morale up every day. And like I said, it's not me alone. I have plenty of help with the women's group, with the people who volunteer, with Miss Perkins that's running the Route Line Steward program and things of that nature. I'm in trying to improve the the paddles. I try to educate and inform the members that chasing that recovery time at the end of the line that doesn't belong to us is what keeps these schedules stagnant. I also tell them keeping the bus makes the paddle work. That keeps these schedules stagnant. Now, granted, I understand there's certain occasions where keeping the bus helps them out, but we don't. The union doesn't want anybody keeping the bus. That's why those paddles are made like that. And like I said yesterday, these SLDs that want to impose their will and try to force us to keep their bus, we're not keeping the buses. So the short-term goals are continue to inform and educate and uplift the members on a daily basis. And the long-term goal is to build up the future leaders and leaving this place in a better position than when I inherited it. And keeping this union strong. It used to be very strong. We went through a bad time that we were in our doldrums, but thankfully, the leadership change at the top with the new president, John Chiarello, is we're going in the right direction. So that is the long term goal to set it up for the future leaders, whomever that might be. I have someone in mind, but I'm not going to put him on the spot. But he knows who he is, who I wish is the future president of this. But right now, John Chiarello, who is also too, has given me 150% support. He he hasn't given me a no as yet, and we're in a great place. So short term goal is to keep improving myself, the conditions of the depot, the morale of the depot, and everything across the board in the depot. And the long term goal is to leave the depot and the union in a better, stronger place. Very important.
Martinez, we got another question from Bordy because we've been going through this for a little bit. Any word on the MTA's website for paddles?
Well, there's a way Danny Cruz, a shop steward
Danny's
out
on.
of
He's
Danny's
part.
on. Well,
Yeah.
all right. Well, Danny Cruz, another future leader, excuse me, a current leader. He's not a future leader. He's a current leader. Very
Well,
informative. Has been in this for a while. He put out informative video. Those could go to his Facebook page, TA Mapstone United, and he'll give you the information, the tutorial on how to get it.
Yeah, but
I
that's
keep
like a
telling them,
walk. That's like a work around it. Are they gonna fix it?
well, and there is way to access the paddles. That is the fix. Just like everything else, they've made some changes. I tell people call BSC 646-376-0123. Ask to speak to the IT department and get on top of them. And if they're getting 10,000 calls,
mhm.
15,000 calls, better believe they're going to try to make it work. But right now, the only remedy that is available is the tutorial that Danny put together for the members. There have been members that come to me at the depot and watch Danny's video and show me, look, Rob, I got the paddles. So that's the only thing that I know at the top.
Okay.
Um,
Well, we got 2 minutes left, bro.
Yeah. Well, we asked people to send us their emails, the questions. They didn't. So what can we do? We only have an hour. But Blunt, I know you don't have a video yet, but you got to plug your page, bro. You got to plug your page. So let everybody know about it. Let everybody know about it. Yeah.
Yeah, I be having fun, yo. Like right now, I'm doing gaming on there. I mean, I do a lot of different things on there. It's the epitome of what not to do when you own a YouTube channel, but I do it anyway. But I'm right now I'm gaming with this horror game that you guys gotta watch. It's hilarious when I
So if
go
you see in
on.
the page, go check him out on YouTube.
Yeah.
The ad will be coming up soon. He's working on it,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
we got to do our thing.
Yeah.
All right, so
Danny Cruz is answering. Well, wait, one moment. MTA is revamping all their websites and apps, and unfortunately, right now, while they transition, the system is not up. They can go to the website for the workaround. There you go.
okay,
Take
okay.
a screenshot. It's in the comments. So
Or if
look
there's a
for that.
video with Rob said there's a video for it, if you guys post
It's
it.
on his page. Yeah.
Okay. So, all right. So, Rob, looks like it's been so far so good for you. Let's
Yeah.
see what the next 100 days bring. Congratulations. And again, the suits were here made by Rob Martinez. Our suits. And
the
we're
tuxedos,
we're,
boys, the
we're glad to
tuxedos.
comply with our tuxedos. Glad to
Yeah.
comply. It's been fun, Rob. Again, congratulations on your first 100 days.
Thank you.
Continue the good work. A lot of people say you're doing good work, so let's go with that. And
Guys, you can continue to pull in the questions. We'll
mhm,
feed them
mhm,
to Rob whenever we see new questions pop
mhm.
up. And we see that he's doing a good job so far. So good.
All right. So with that said, I'm Brooklyn Pete,
And I'm your boy Blunt.
and that's the end of our show.
Man.
Tune
Fucking
into
I think
three,
it's
two,
two.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Tune into three transit misfits in 3 years. Three transit misfits.
Fuck them, but they can't take a joke.
Next week, guys. You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.